So I've seen Marjorie Taylor Greene making her rounds on former, and I say former, liberal television recently, and people keep saying they don't know what's going on with Marjorie. Two things. MTG wanted to run for Senate in Georgia, and Trump and Mike Johnson, they shut her down. They told her no, and she's been pissed about it, and she's letting it known, right? Another thing is she's being smart. She's looking at life after Trump, and her advisor is Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon, whether you like him or not, he's one of the smartest in the business, right? He knows Trump don't have any control over MAGA anymore, and even if he does right now, Trump won't be controlling MAGA, because the people who are a part of MAGA stands to suffer the most on the Trump presidency. So it would be a short while, and Trump won't have, because these people see Trump now for who he truly is, and they trusted him, right? So MTG, part one, she's pissed, and part two, she's looking at life after Trump, right? Which is pretty smart. And the elections recently, they said a lot. Like, there was a blue wave across several states in several elections recently, because people start to see the new Republican Party for what it truly is. All right. Second thing is, a lot of people are talking about Trump giving $40 billion to Argentina and fighting in court not to pay SNAP benefits to Americans, most of who are MAGA, right? Red states use the government system way more than blue states. As a matter of fact, a lot of blue states are donor states. The Republican, red state, these red states that their elected representatives are making some of the worst decisions to destroy their lives. They're taker states, right? They're poorer states, right? Trump and his administration decides to give that money to Argentina because there's a bigger plan behind it, because these guys know that they're committing a lot of crimes, and a lot of them may go to prison after this administration is done, and it will be done. People talking about Trump 2028, that's a distraction. All right, there are people who are serious about it, but Trump and the people around him, they know that it's not gonna happen, but they're throwing red meat out there because they know that Americans love a good conspiracy, and they'll talk about it forever. Who moved to Argentina after World War II? Because even though that, it could be said that that's a conspiracy, but We never found Hitler's body, right? And a lot of the Jewish people, Mossad, tracked down and fucking killed a lot of Hitler's henchmen in Argentina. That's where they were. There was one of them who lived there until he was almost 90 years old. Right? These guys are making plans for where to go after this administration is over. And a lot of these billionaires that are part of his cabinet, they have a lot of money invested in Argentina. Because why the fuck would Trump be sending $40 billion to Argentina when Argentina is a country that took the sales from American soybean farmers? Right? Why would Trump be propping them up at the same time? Bailing them out instead of bailing out the farmers here who are killing themselves, by the way. A whole bunch of them committing suicide. A whole bunch of these fuckers. Biden had given them money. Alright? And Biden had allocated more money for them to get when they started moving to greener energy, and Trump took away all that fucking money. Right? Trump was cussing out Biden about not helping the people from the flood in North Carolina, and the money that was allocated for them through the Biden administration, Trump canceled that shit. Right? Same for the... Sometimes you want to say that these people deserved it because a lot of the investments, the infrastructure bill that Biden had passed, most of that money was going to the red states. And look at what Trump's doing right now. He's invading fucking blue states and not giving the resources that is supposed to go to those blue states that are donor states, as a matter of fact. Alright. But then again, this video was about MTG. Again, MTG is not having some come to Jesus moment. She's still the same fucking person. Okay? She's just making smarter decisions. And she sounds so different. Of course. She have to. Don't be fooled. And she's been groomed by one of the smartest in the business, Steve Bannon. Alright? And don't wonder why Trump is not allocating that money to SNAP beneficiaries and bailing out Argentina. These guys want a safe haven after this administration is over. That's all there is to it.